So I used just like how Clayton did in his assassin tutorial, used a flannel shirt that fit me very well, tucked the sleeves in. This is on double layers. So what I'm going to do is just cut this all the way around the collar, around there, and it's going to give me the basic shape for the front and the back of the shirt without the sleeves, because you can see they're tucked in. That's going to be for that fabric right there, and we're just going to add the sleeves later. But for now, it's just going to be the collar, and then we're actually going to give an extension from there all the way down, just to make it a longer military-like coat. So actually, what I just did was I cut off this above the that shoulder piece, and I'm just going to keep everything else, and mainly just use that side and that side for seam allowance. So whenever you sew, you can actually tuck this in and tuck that in to give a good look from whenever you turn the whole thing inside out and wear it, basically. Whenever you start to pin the two sheets together, these two, the dark blue ones, don't remove this shirt yet, because you can actually trace where you want your pins to go so that you can just sew along the lines of the pins. Because if you remove the shirt, you might forget where to put the pins and how big to make the seam allowance and all that jazz. It just makes it easier. But if you want to, just remove the shirt and you can do whatever you want yourself. Sleeve or sleeves, you want to do the same exact thing that you just did with the shirt base. Get the double layered fabric as much as you want. I actually got this like the same exact amount actually as I did for the shirt base, and I just laid out my right sleeve here, and I'm going to pin around it all the seam allowance that I want, and I'm just going to cut it out, and then I'm going to do the same exact thing on this side for the left sleeve. So then we have 2 layers for 2 different sleeves. Just like we did for the base body dark blue piece, just take off the sleeve and now just sew all along where the needles are. And then you have the base sleeve. Just remember not to sew there, because that's where your arm is going to come out of, and there, because that's where your arm is going to go into, to go all the way to here. And then you can do that for the other sleeve too. So then you have 2 matching sleeves. Remember just to double layer both of them. When I was done with all the sewing around the sides and the shoulders, I cut a slit down the middle for where the buttons are going to go for this button-down shirt. You may have to fold it in a little bit, either because your edges are a little dirty, or you might not have cut exactly in the center. So that's what I'm going to do now, and I'm going to pin it and then sew it down. Now that both of these sides, left and right, are sewn down to make them all flush and clear, we're going to finally add buttons, which look similar to buttons that would be on a normal Civil War coat, even though it says something about 1890 something, 1888, I don't know. We're just going to ignore that part. So what you're going to need for this part is a needle to hand sew it. So we're going to take this needle, hand sew these buttons. As you can see here, I'm making the buttons go 4.5 inches away from each other, and then just goes all the way down the shirt. So now that the buttons are all sewn on, the last one right there, we need to make opposite buttonholes. So line the shirt up as close as possible, and you can cut with some scissors small holes just a little bit like this, these sides. So just right across, make a corresponding buttonhole. Now for the sleeves, you're going to want to turn the base coat inside out. Make sure the sleeve is still inside out after you have done, sewn it. And just pin the top part of the sleeve to the top part of the coat and the back part of the coat to the back part of the sleeve. And basically that's it. And then you sew it. Make sure down here is all sewn up to there. Same thing for the top. And then when you turn the whole coat inside out, you have a set of sleeves that are all ready to go and will look great. This is the final product for the Civil War Assassin coat. Buttons, sleeve, base, and all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Assassin's Creed cosplay videos.